in this question, it's given that pressure is equal to force over area, and you're required to find the pressure exerted by a force of 110 newtons on an area of 120 centimeters squared. Now they want the answer given in newtons per meter squared. Now if you look at those two units, they're not the same. So the first step is to convert 120 centimeters squared to meters squared. So step one, convert 120 centimeters squared to meters squared. Now we know that 100 centimeters is equals to 1 meter. So if we square these guys here, we'll end up with 10,000 centimeters squared will be equal to 1 meter squared. So 1 meter squared. So erase that. Okay, but what we have is 120 centimeters squared. Is the other way around, so 120 centimeters squared. Now we want to find a corresponding area to this. So if you use just proportion, probably it's the easier approach. Divide by 1,000, 10,000, and then multiply by 120, and then do the same here. Divide by 100,000, multiply by 120. If you plug that 1 divided by 100,000, divide by 100,000, multiply by 120, the answer will be 0.012 meters squared, and that's basically the corresponding area in meters squared. And then once you have that, step 2 will be finishing off. So step 2, find the pressure in newtons per meter squared. So basically to do that, we just use the formula, which will be equal to force, which is 810 over area, which is 0.012, and that will give us I mean, if you plug that in the calculator, that will be 667,500, and that will be the required solution if you plug in the calculator. Okay, number 29. So the diagram shows a solid cube made from wood. The density is 0.7 gram per centimeter cubed. So work out the mass. Now we know that density is equal to mass over volume. Now what we want is the mass. So mass, so this implies that mass will be equal to density times volume. Okay, so we have the density here. What we don't have is the volume of the shape. Now we can find the volume. The volume of a cuboid is just length times width times height, and if we multiply those, that will be 480 centimeter cubed. So which implies that the mass will be equal to the density, which we have 0.7 multiplied by 480, and that will be equal to 336 grams, because you have grams per centimeter cubed, and that will be the mass of the cuboid. Last question, we are required to change speed in kilometers per hour, from kilometers per hour to meters per second. So x kilometers per hour basically means that you travel x kilometers in 1 hour. So what we need to do here is basically change the numerator to meters. So, and kilometers to meters, we know that there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. Okay. And also another conversion that we need is that, because we need to convert the hour, you know, that there are 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. So that's again another conversion that we shall need to remember to be able to work this out. So anyway, so x kilometers will be equal to x multiplied by 1,000 to convert that into meters, and this will be 3,600 seconds. Yeah. So if you simplify that, that is like 1,000x over 3,600 meters per second. You can simplify it to 5x over 18 meters per second.